Bro, I'm sponsoring. What the fuck you doing here? Get him, Blake. Get your leg.
Leonard, are you fucking kidding me, man? Jesus Christ.
I don't know where the stink's coming from.
You don't know where the stink's coming from? Probably from all the shit everywhere, you fucking... Holy fuck. I think this place is worse than Jason. Leonard, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm definitely not taking this shit in there. Oh my god.
What's going on with your YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra.
Mother, log off your gambling site and vacate the living room.
Fuck you, bitch, I gots to gamble.
I need to do my Godot-centered internet show.
But nobody watches your gay little internet show.
Mother, you leave me no choice. Nobody messes with my gay little internet show.
All right. Yeah. How's it going, Freak Show Jimmy? Yeah. Happy freaking Friday. I got to go to my shit. Let's go to New-Fi. Actually, I'm gonna go to the old Lo-Fi. We're gonna play a Friday song. All right. Nice. Hell yeah. Pretty good day today. It's fucking Friday. Let me see. I got some notes that I wrote in my fucking pockets. And they're all just fucking useless nonsense. So never mind. Alright. What do we gotta do in this game? I didn't really come in here with any plan. We have this road sequence. If we just jump right into it and play it, we'll see what happens. Alright, so we actually jump right into this scene. And you know what, maybe we should work on this one more. We should make the drones. Yeah, let's do something fun and actually make the drones. Let's look up some reference photos. Oh yeah. I also wanted to say, this is King Dave from Kino Casino, if we've ever watched those fucking clips. But I've been leaving comments like this on his stuff. That's a lot of video games there, Dave. Your training is almost complete. Just a few more years and you'll be right where you want to be. Because he spends most of his days just drinking in his mom's house, playing these video games and I love this shit because he says how to be a man, and then yeah, he has all these streams. It's so good. And then people will go on and argue with him. I've been trying to get into one of his. He'll do live streams where he argues and debates with people, mostly idiotic like feminists and transgender people and weirdos. Like literal like atheists, like who's an atheist like in 2025. It's people like TJ, like the amazing atheist, that come and argue with him. Very low stakes people. I think they actually had the drunken peasants on there at one point. He looks like the drunken peasants people. But yeah, so that's what we were doing there. That's right, we're gonna get a picture of a drone. I was thinking the Metal Gear Solid drones. Let me go over here. Metal Gear Solid drones. Yeah, this type shit. I think this looks cool. So I think we're just gonna copy these. Even though I know it's not like accurate to the you know, Ukraine war right now, but that's what we're gonna use. Here we go. Yeah, so we can make one of those relatively easily. We'll just take the gun and just superimpose it onto there. Alright. Let's go to Blender. The Corn Man? I don't know what that's a reference to. Jake the Corn Man. I guess we'll make a new one. Yeah, why not? We'll make a new one. So I think I might delete the default cube. I normally don't. I normally keep him around, but this time we're gonna delete him. I guess we'll get the fucking. So I don't know. Do I want to do a torus? Yeah, I guess we'll do the torus first because that'll be really easy. Shade smooth. Let me. I'm just gonna keep a picture up on the other screen. So we're just trying to do one of these. The Bible Reloaded. Oh yeah, damn. Yeah. Now that you said that name, they kind of like clicked in my brain of what that is. But I haven't seen that. I haven't even like laughed at that in so many fucking years. Yeah, we can do this. All right. We should probably focus. So I'm just gonna keep it round. I don't see any reason not to keep it round, and I think I'm gonna do another one up top, and just shrink that one down, and we'll do like a central pole, cylinder. Yeah, I think we're gonna take the. Let's do like 8. I want to have it like that. You know what that reminds me of is Tosh.0, because I used to watch Tosh.0 like at that age when I was like in high school, and I was making fun of all those people. That was like the norm to do. And they had that one atheist chick on there that was like super cringe. That was super fucking funny. There were some good segments on that show, even though it was like, you know, a mainstream normie show. It was still like, there were some good segments. Or maybe I was just drunk. I don't know. That could be it too. Yeah, Tosh, it was called Tosh.0. It was Daniel Tosh. Yeah. Wasn't it G4 that had him? No, it was Comedy Central. Damn, that was when we actually would pay for TV. Who's gonna pay for TV now? I mean, I actually do. I have to pay for TV because I have to have it for my fucking plan. They make you buy it, but nobody watches TV. It's crazy when you go to like your relative's house that are old and they actually have the TV playing and you're like, dude, what are you doing? I'm sitting through the fucking commercials and shit. How's it going, Dark Souls 2 enjoyers? Yeah. Alright. I actually really wanted to play Dark Souls 2, so maybe if I get enough done tonight, I'll have to download it. I already own it, like I already bought the game, I just don't have it downloaded, I don't think. Maybe I do. We're making a Metal Gear Solid type drone here, by the way. To attack Gonzalo. Alright, so we'll go there. Yeah. Yeah, my, I don't know, I can't stand a lot of the, fucking just modern TV shows. I don't know, I was working with this one guy, and, like, he was, like, I was like, what do you watch? And he was like, Jimmy Kimmel, and I was like, dude, do you really watch, like, fucking the late night show with Jimmy Kimmel? Are you fucking for real? Because he was, like, close to our, like, my age. I don't know, he was, like, 10 years older than me. He was, like, 34, and I was, like, 24 at the time. But I was like, I can't, that's, like, a thing for, like, geriatrics and airports, right? How do I make this encircle the thing? Maybe I don't even want to do that. I'm not even going to fucking worry about that. We're not going to array it. We're just going to Shift D and bring it down, and R 180 on the Z. And then 90, and we'll put it here. And R 180. Fuck. R 180 on the Z. There we go. Yeah, that's fair. Except all the movies I used to play on like Comedy Central, they sucked. Everything about TV sucked. I don't know. You know what? You're actually right in some regards. I think like waiting for the next season of shit to drop and then waiting for shit to come on TV was like probably good for your brain, and that it like made you like anticipate and you would watch stuff. Or like watching the news on there was a lot. It was a lot different than like now. Oh yeah. How's it going, Phoenix? Yeah, there are people that will pay hundreds of dollars to watch Jimmy Kimmel. Dude, the fucking, man, I wish I had my controller. Maybe I have to grab it. But like, if you buy a smart TV, it comes with a Disney button now. So it goes straight to the fucking Disney. And it's like, I don't know. There's some people that I have in my family that really love Disney. And I'm like, damn, dude, I fucking hate Disney. I hate going to Disney. I'm always dragged there. That shit sucks. I hate roller coasters. I don't know, some people like roller coasters, but I fucking hate those things. I don't like not being in control of the thing you're driving. I guess we'll put the camera on here. We're making a drone for Gonzalo to fire at, so we're making something similar to this. Very Metal Gear Solid drone-like. Yeah, there's a game. That was a game. Playing as Raiden. that weird scene where the president grabs your dick. That's a good one. Yeah, I didn't know what to make of that when I was a kid, trying to figure this game out. I was like, does that have something to do with the fucking story? Because I'm still trying to figure out like what I'm supposed to do. I guess I have to call the number on the back of the CD case. I don't know, I'm 8. Yeah. Then you did have to call Meryl's number on the fucking CD case, right? That was the thing. It was like Kojima inspired. Yeah. Dude, I worked with a guy one time who, he collected like the Star Wars lightsabers. He was like an engineer, and he was like very wealthy, but he collected Star Wars lightsabers, and I was like, that's insane. You know, like, it's not like they actually worked. You couldn't like blow holes in anything with them. They're just fucking like replicas. And it's like, damn, dude. And then, yeah, I installed speakers at this one guy's house who worked for Google. He was like a Google marketing guy, and he was like super rich. We were installing a whole home theater for him. Really cool guy, but he was like Mexican dude, very nice guy. And then his wife was an Indian lady, and she was like a fucking menace, dude. She would just scream at him like anytime I saw them together, and I was like, "What happened? Like, you make like probably like $250,000. How'd you end up with that, dude?" It was insane. Yeah, that was a very funny pairing. But yeah, like the guy came by to like give an example and installed a bunch of lights for her, the electrician, and she didn't like the way they were like aligned or something in the room, and it's like such a minor thing because they were inside the wall lights, like inside of a pillar. So to move them, you would have to move the fucking pillar. And she like was like, "This is not what I wanted. You know, I wanted them like to the ceiling, and then the lights come over here." And it's like, well, that was not what you said in the last revision. And, you know, I had, like, nothing to do with this, but they were just, like, fighting in the corner. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah. I would get a, you can get a sword. Dude, there's a place near me that sells swords. You can get a, there's one that looks like a Legend of Zelda sword that you can buy. I'll pull it up if I have a second. It looks exactly like it. It's even got the green tint. And I was like, damn, that would definitely make the news if you got pulled over. If like someone challenged you to a fight and you pulled that out on like the fucking 95 interstate. Alright, so we have that. We gotta actually make this like a wind turbine, right? Or you know what, we'll just do it like magic. What could I use to make a fucking fin? I guess, we'll use a plane. I can do that. I suppose I could do some modeling. Alright. I'm just gonna move it over here. I'm gonna go to edit mode. I think what I'll do is just get rid of this line. Delete, oh shit. Yeah, can I delete the edges? I want to snap vertices together and then grab the verts. And we'll move them both. Whoops. I want to move them both to 0 if I can. Or just a relative point. So we'll go here and then we'll grab that one. Oh, I want to go vertex. Cool. So now I have that shape. I think I can just grab this and extrude it out. And then do that again. And then bring it in. G on the Y. Alright, we'll go E on the Y. And then we'll scale that in like this. Good enough. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, swords are cool. I mean, you can, like, you know, in the state that I'm in, you can, like, open carry, so you can obviously get a gun. And they have, this thing on Amazon, if, like, you actually want self-defense shit, they have, it's like a Byrna pistol. It fires, like, compressed CO2 cartridges, and I was thinking about buying one of those. I'd like to give it to, like, my mom's family who don't, like, have any guns or anything. You know, they live in, like, a super nice area, so not that it matters, but it's, like, good to have something. They're, like, $500, too. I think you can, like, I don't know. I want to, like, buy one and then try and hook it up to a turret and, like, see if I could, you know, shoot at targets with it. But I should probably do it with a paintball gun first. That's gonna be a stream I do when I have like a week off. I'm gonna try and hook up an Arduino to a, not an Arduino. I'm gonna get a Jetson Nano, and we're gonna fucking hook it up, and we're gonna do Python CV Vision, and we're gonna use a paintball gun and try and shoot shit. I've been inspired. I don't know. We use ChatGPT 5. You can pretty much hook it up for us too, because I don't know how to do half of that. But if I had the time and I had ChatGPT, I could figure it out. I think I'm just gonna extrude this up like that, and that should be good enough. And then we'll have to shrink it in. I'm gonna go Object, Origin, Origin 3D Cursor, I think. And we'll shrink it that way. Whatever. That's fucking good enough. So yeah, I'm just gonna Shift D. Let me get off that vertex shit. I think I'm just gonna bring this down, shrink it, and go down. I don't want to spend forever on this. What is that? Sorry. The cicadas are like hella fucking loud. Home death trap engineer. Yeah, dude, that's what I want to put on my resume. No, my dad has a big shed, and I told him, I'm sure if I told him that I wanted to go, like, mount some type of killing machine in there, you know, it's only going to shoot fucking paintballs. It's going to be fun. Alright. We'll do that shit. Add modifier. Alright, I gotta make this thing go around. How do I do a... we gotta go an array, right? And then we gotta add an empty. And then we take this object here, and we have to say, I think object offset, and we select the empty. I'm gonna have to, I think, Control A on the scale. There we go. We'll get rid of the relative offset. Cool. Now we can add like 8 of these. And then I can go to my empty, and I think if I spin this, then we have our fans. There we go. So we need less than that. When I asked ChatGPT about the paintball gun idea, because I was kind of spitballing it, it said that it's not legal to set that up autonomously in your house. You have to actually pull the trigger, which is even more fucked up. Like if you had someone in their sights and you're like, hey, I'm about to shoot you. And they're like, no, please. And you're like, no, I have the doors automatically locked. You're like, you know, captured prey. Now I'm going to blast you. Sorry, buddy. I'm pretty sure any court in the world would like convict you for that. You can't just like disregard the rights of a person like that. Alright, that's not bad. So I'm just going to probably put one above and below, and it's not really going to connect to anything because I'm an engineer, SARS. So we have that there. If we look on the bottom, I'm just going to shrink it like that. And actually, I think I'm going to make it bigger just so you can fucking see it a bit. And we'll just make another one and bring it up above there. Did it really move on me? You fucking piece of shit. Alt-G, and then we'll just go... Oh, I think I put it on the Y. I'm so used to moving in the Y in Blender. In Godot, sorry. We'll make this one a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to grab this rod and just shift D, or we'll bring it back to somewhat normal. And then I guess we do need one going this way. So can we get it straight enough? Perfect. And I think what I'm going to do is just add in a fucking cone. Why not? Mesh, cone. And we'll shrink it. And just bring it up. Like that. And then we're going to join all of these. And I'm also going to take this and just bring it so it's actually in the center. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, let's start joining all this shit. I think I'm going to leave that separate, have that be a separate thing. Same with that stuff down there, but all these I'm going to Control J. And so now if I move this, we just have the propellers and that, okay. Yeah. Oh man, there was this crazy case I saw on YouTube. It was like this military couple. It was a man and a woman, and they were like going across the country, and they would get into like bar fights. Well, they would like lure other couples to come and like swing with them basically, but then they would like instigate some type of fight between them and just like blast them to bits with like a fucking shotgun. They were like serial killers. It was on a YouTube, I think it might have been Iwu. It was a really good one. I was like, holy shit, that's like crazy. That's fucking insane. This drone looks like a water buoy. Well, it's the water buoy of the sky. Yeah, sometimes those Iwu things are super, just too brutal. And you're like, yeah, I don't want to watch I don't want to watch that shit. Alright, we'll go Object, Shade Smooth. Alright, so if I hide that, we have the camera. I'm going to mount all this together. I'm going to go Control J. Should I actually do that? I don't know. If I bring that into Godot, is it going to be 3 separate meshes or all one mesh? I think I'll still have 3 separate ones that I can add materials to. I don't know, we'll try it. If not, I can go back in there and separate them. But yeah, I'm going to have this rotate to face the player. I guess we should have some type of gun or something, right? Or, I didn't really think this through. This is just a turret. Damn. Alright, we gotta make this spin. We'll do that, and then we could add a, we can always just add a gun hanging down. Or, I don't know. What's something funny we could do? Who the fuck knows? Alright, well, what I'm gonna do is maybe take this and move it underneath. We're still gonna keep this. I still have to rotate this, so I'm not gonna worry so much. I think I'm gonna delete the empty. We're gonna grab this propeller. Actually, I can spin that in Godot, so there's really no reason to do it here, right? Or I can really just... let's just go to animation. Do I really even need a bone, or can I just spin it? I can just spin it in Godot. There's no reason to spin it here and create an animation for myself. I think it's what I'm going to do, honestly. Damn, that'd be funny if it looks all fucked up. That would be great. That would be perfect. So we need a texture. I'm going to actually try something. I wanted to go to ChatGPT-5. I'm going to ask it to create a texture for me. And see if it figures it out. I used to do this with the other one, the you know, GPT-4, so we'll see if it comes up with something better. Can you make a repeating texture for drone paneling seamless for my video game. All right, it's frozen. It's afraid. Just like that scene in, oh, never mind, it's making the picture. Any day now. Paneling seamless for my video game. So let's see if it understands my advanced language skills. I guess we'll have, you know, we could put big cartoony missiles on there. That would be perfect, actually. And this might work out really well. Jurassic Park. Yeah. Damn, where's my fucking water? Here we go. Yo, they had the baked chicken today. I didn't come too late. Sometimes they don't have the baked chicken because of how fucking late I get there. But today at Food Lion, they had the like rotisserie chicken. Shit's great. 10 out of 10. So let's copy this, and I'm just gonna put it in. I'm actually just gonna apply that in Godot too. I think that'll be fine, and we'll just make the propellers a different color. So I'm gonna copy and put that in our fucking bullshit. Where's it at? Escape from Ukraine, textures, and we'll paste in there. All right. Artlist and ChatGPT fight each other, and every time I turn on ChatGPT, Artlist stops playing. Or it like stops the playlist from going or some shit. It's very interesting. Alright. Or maybe I'm a fucking schizophrenic lunatic and none of that's happening, and I just keep letting the playlist run to the end. That could be it too. Anyway, now that we got that shit, let's put big cartoony missiles on it. That's actually a really good idea, Jimmy. That's a good idea. Costco cafeteria foods. You know, when I was a kid and I went to Costco, I remember getting those like hot dogs and pretzels. So I actually love to go to Costco. Because my grandma would go, I would go with her, and we would like, she would just like let me get a big ass pretzel to eat as I walked around the store, and there was like a ton of samples. As far as like if you were a kid and you were like going to the store, Costco was like the store you wanted to go to, in my opinion. Damn, this is how fucking like, you know, I guess like country or like how it used to be back then. But my grandma would actually hand me a pad and a pencil, and as we went around the store, I would tally up all the cost of everything that we were putting on the cart. Because she was like teaching me how to do finances, and so I would I would get angry when my totals were off from what the salesperson would say. I would just be like, dude, how the fuck did I miscalculate? Like, I checked everything, and I was like, you know, just obviously not understanding how it could be different from the price on the tag there, or it could be like, you know, a different item listed or some shit, or like taxes and all that stuff as a child. Yeah. That's a really stupid story. But yeah, you would never do that today with a cell phone, I guess. That would be like, I mean, I'll probably still do it with when I have kids, I'm gonna do shit like that to teach them, like, hey, that's how much money you fucking have, so you don't spend all your fucking money. It's a good way to do it. So what am I gonna do here? I think I'm gonna do like a. I'm thinking like a old cartoony propeller type deal here. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's one of these, and then we just have panels extending off the side. They don't even have to be like, you know, parallel or whatever. Just like this. I think that's good. You know, that's really gonna show what we're trying to accomplish here. That it's a very serious threat. I thought about having it pan out, and then there's like some zoomer in like the, you know, Yugoslavo hoodie with like the zoomer face in it, and he's trying to get Gonzalo with the the thing. I don't know if that's too far. It's pretty funny though. All right, Z. I just want it to move in the way I want it to move. Can you do that? Oh, you fucking piece of shit. It's got to be one of these, right? And the Z axis. Whatever. We'll just make it relatively the same. Who cares if it's a little crooked? We'll grab that one. We'll do the same thing. There we go. And I think I might even... I'm gonna grab like some of these, and should I bring it in like that? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're barely even gonna see these. There's gonna be like a bunch of smoke coming out of this, but this makes it more betterer. Perfect. I'll just go object, shade smooth. And we'll just do like, we'll just bring this in, and then we could spawn them, like on the craft. Yeah, we should have a fucking a scene in there like, who's reloading the missiles, and it just goes nano machines. We should make 2 little grabbers too. So we got those. We'll just go add. I'm thinking about doing a Taurus, and I think we're just gonna go R90. I'm gonna shrink it to about this size, and then we'll get rid of half of it. So I'm gonna do like this on the wireframe. And delete vertices. BRB. Oh, well, safe travels. Alright, so I think we gotta close these, right? F. I was listening to a lot of Cyrax lore today. I ran out of King Cobra stuff to listen to, so I needed something to listen to. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to... actually, it's saturated content. He's got a pretty decent channel, so I listened to some of his shit, and I don't know, his analysis is pretty decent for lolcow coverage. Yeah, I'd say he's one of the like better ones. I prefer his stuff to like Kiwi or whatever, and definitely any of the fucking British ones. I don't know, man. British YouTubers have this thing about them where they're always like apologizing for something, or just like always have to be, absolutely proper in every regard. It's like, dude, who gives a fuck? Like, just let loose and have fun. Like, you're making fun of lolcows on the internet. It's not a big deal. I don't know. Alright, so we'll grab this. We'll just go on the Y over here. There we go. Material preview. So then we gotta move the missile. And we'll bring that there. Nice. So I think that'll actually do it. We'll have our thing. We'll spawn in more missiles. yeah, I think maybe what we'll do is just have them, when we reload, I might just have these like rotate around, and then we'll have them like spawn in here when you can't see them. So I'm gonna actually join this, Control J, and Control. Yeah, the harmful opinions Muda apology, the one they showcased on Kino Casino, that was really fucking stupid, and it was like just the most British thing I've ever seen, where he's like apologizing over nothing, where it's like no one's gonna give a shit, but now that you're like apologizing, I'm gonna step on you because it's easy for me to. You know, it's like that like gives Mudahar more credit. But yeah, his apology in that video where he's like, I don't know, I guess it was a different Ryan or whatever. What am I trying to do? Shade smooth. Object, shade smooth. Oh, and I have a theory on Mudahar. Okay, when he says he's investing in properties, doing the property investment SARS, my opinion, and this is just me thinking, is that some family members possibly came to him and were like, hey, let's get in on some investments. We're going to fix up houses or something, you know, something to that regard. And then he got in on that or like formed some type of company and he was pouring money into that, but nothing ever came of it. And now he's embarrassed about it. But, you know, it's like family and like, what the fuck are you going to do? You spent all this money. I got nothing to show for it. I guess I'll just let it fucking die and never talk about it again. That's what I would do if I was a major YouTuber and I fucked up. That's what I think happened. That's my personal theory. I mean, I don't have any inside knowledge, but from the way that he like explains some stuff, and when he's talking about like, oh, CEO, CFO, I was like, oh damn, dude, I bet you got swindled by your family, and now you're like in this business where they're extracting money from you. That's my fucking guess, dude. Mudahar, blink twice. We will help you. We can get you. Tell us how much they've taken from you. Yeah, I mean, that would be a difficult situation, though. If you were like a rich YouTuber and you have your whole family, you know, extended family, I don't know. That would be my thought process. Alright, so we'll grab these. I basically want to move the origin to right here. How am I going to do that? I think I could do this. I could like just move it here. I could basically cheat it. I think I am gonna do that. So we got it on the center. Yeah, I guess right, probably like right about here. Honestly, I want it to rotate from that point. So I'm gonna go object, set origin to 3D cursor. And so now if I rotate it in Godot, it'll rotate around that. And so I'm going to Alt-H. And so now if I put it here, well, I guess we're gonna have to put that point a little bit higher. So I guess we'll get in position here, like this. And then I'm gonna move it back to the 0 here. Let me make sure we get it exactly correct because it really matters. It really, really does. We need that vertex. We really, really do. How's DSP doing? I think DSP is, is he still making money? I guess he is if he's still streaming, but I've seen him like, he rage quits a lot now. I don't know if the Kino Casino team up helped him or hurt him, but it definitely exposed a lot of things about him, which is really funny. The best part about that. So now if I rotate this, the idea is that we'll go on the inside and then we'll like have a, you know, like one of the ones appear from the inside, and then we'll just kind of scale it up as it's coming around. I mean, it makes no sense, but it looks really cool. Or it'll look decent. So we'll just be like, bow, bow, and then it comes back around. Maybe we'll do a little swing like that, and then it goes like here, and then it fires. That'll be awesome. That'll be so cool. We'll be the coolest kids in school. Edit mode, I just have to bring all of this up just a little bit. Right there, perfect. I think that'll look much better. We're doing really well. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So we can spin that one around. We can spin this around. And then the missiles will still be from their center of wherever the fuck they're supposed to be. Yeah. DSP, low tier god, yeah. I just don't really like watching low tier god. He's fucking annoying. And he's gonna beat the shit out of DSP. DSP sucks at video games. I don't know why he thinks he's good. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna win. It's like, DSP, you can't beat like children's games. Alright, let's do this. And like this guy is like an actual, you know, functioning human. Well, not really, but he's a somewhat functioning human. I think he's wanted for child support payments or some shit. I don't really know the lore of the guy. He's not one of my cows. He's not one of mine. I don't claim him. Let's put the drone in here. Why not? Okay, let's do it. We'll have the camera pointing around. Alrighty. Yeah, that'll actually be pretty decent. Let me fucking close that. Alright, now what am I gonna do? So, should we go ahead and export this? Why not? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. And we'll apply the textures later. I think I am gonna do this. I have to break this up. We want to have like I want to have like red on the end here. You ever have a cow so personal and obscure you want to gatekeep it forever? No, not really. No, because you have to enjoy all the memes people post about them. That's the fun part. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any obscure cows I know of. Oh, there was one guy. Yo, for real. I do know one. There's this guy called I Hate Dogs. He's got about, last time I checked, it had about 10,000 followers on YouTube. And he is this guy who talks about how he hates all dogs and how, like, dogs are evil. It's a black dude, which is very funny. Not because he's black, but because of, he referenced Nick Fuentes. And he was like, I would rather have Nick Fuentes be living right next to me. Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist. I would rather trust a white supremacist than any form of canine companionship. I heard that and I laughed so fucking hard. And I was like, I don't know why that was so funny to me. But yeah, just the thought of him like putting those structures together in his brain made me laugh. And yeah, he does make some good points though. He brings up like all the statistics of dogs attacking people in like, you know, areas, and he's like, they should be fining these people more, or like doing more to prevent this. And it's like, I guess he, you know, he's got a fucking point, as crazy as he is. Let's subdivide there. But yeah, so that was that channel. That's pretty much the only one I know of, though. I used to watch Deadwing Dork a lot. Deadwing Dork would find a lot of those guys, but you're kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel now. And like, the problem with lolcows now is like, that you have all these fucking weirdos online that want to be lolcows. And so they're like doing these like crazy, weird like things that they would just be doing normally, but now they're posting about it. And it's like, that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to find them organically, like Chris Chan. It's like you're ruining the entire fucking thing for everyone. Alright, so I guess we'll put the red at the end, the yellow right here, and the white right there. Why are you not selecting in the way I want you to? I want to select, the fuck, man? If I hit Alt, shouldn't it be getting... I guess I really messed up this geometry. Whatever, it's not a big deal. I think I messed it up with that subdivide. Let me do this. Alright. I can no longer get all those. Alright, assign. There we go. That's all I'm trying to do. And we actually want this to be yellow as well. And then all this back here should be white. So I'm going to go wireframe. We'll go here. Assign. And let's see how that works. I think I'm going to make this... It's going to be like a steel texture. Like that. So... yeah, let's turn up the metallic. And I'll just put a noise texture in there and fucking Godot, like I'm doing for everything else, just so it's fast and cheap. Yeah, Deadwing Dork is kind of cringe, yeah. You know, I used to watch him just because there wasn't a whole lot going on at the time. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like... You know, I don't really have a problem with people, like, talking to cows, especially if they're, like, if it's, like, King Cobra and you interact with him in the way that you're supposed to. Like, you go to his live stream and fuck with him, or you know, you order DoorDash to his door. Like, those are the established ways to mess with Cobra. You know what I mean? They don't really hurt anyone. They're just kind of, like, it's just how it's done. You know, it's tradition. Or like with Chris Chan, you know, you approach him at the mall and you take a picture from behind, and then you have a weird, awkward conversation with him, and you post on Reddit about how he smells. Like, that's how you're supposed to, you know, everyone knows the rules. So as long as you're following the rules of engagement, you're okay. But, you know, it's people that go rogue and they're like, you know, I'm just going to go to Chris Chan's house and knock on his door and try and get in there. It's like, you can't do that. There's a process to these things. This isn't the internet in 2006, man. There was like that whole festival of people that harassed Drakenlord. That was actually pretty funny, but pretty brutal at the same time. It's like, you know, that guy is like not mentally there, and you're like just bullying him into like absolute insanity. Alright, I think we can export this now. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna hit Alt-G. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and export that. We don't have any modifiers, do we? I don't think so. Alright. Export GLTF. Let me go. Escape from Ukraine. Enemies. We'll just put it right in the enemy folder. Awesome. Oh, for Ralph, for a while, the established way to mess with Ralph was to leave corn on his doorstep. That was a good way to do it. You know what was so funny? That cringe show PKA, Painkiller Already. It's got Woody, it's got fucking Kyle, the other guy. But there was a clip of Kyle and Woody having a back and forth where Woody was like, man, people are harassing me at my house. And Kyle was like, yeah, that's really funny. And then he like docks Kyle. And he's like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, dude, you just said it was funny. And he's like, yeah, but not when it happens to me. And it was just like the most one-sided motherfucker like in existence. No, it was Wings. It was like he was laughing about Wings being fucked with. And then he was like, oh, well, if you don't mind him being fucked with in real life, then people should know where you are. And he was like, no, not me, though. Yeah, but that was a very funny clip that I saw. It bubbled up in my recommended. I used to watch PKA, but Woody is the most insufferable fucking boomer on the fucking planet, dude. Like, every story from him is like, oh, I was going from my luxury mansion to my estate in New York City, and then my family flew out to Aruba for the weekend. And it's like, but we grew up, yeah, you know, middle class, lower class. And it's like, no, you fucking didn't, Woody. You fucking lying piece of shit. you know, I don't know. All of his stories, I feel like, are maybe a little embellished to help him out. I don't know. That was a good show. It is a good show to watch, PKA, if you're trying to, like, you know, you gotta kill time. The conspiracy show was decent. The conspiracies that, Taylor is the hero of the show. He's actually watchable. Kyle was watchable for a while, and then he just became, like, the most cynical fuck in the world. I don't know what happened to him. Alright, so we need to bring the drone into the initial building in the enemy scene here. Cool, so... we could just do this, really. Let me just fucking... we have our drone. Make local. We'll bring him up. Transform. We'll scale him up. Cool. So I think we gotta spin him like that. Like 90 degrees, negative 90. We'll grab our missile, and we'll put one here. Control D, right? Instead of Shift D. Very interesting. We'll put one there, and I just want to see what this looks like in the game. So I think I'm just going to grab the whole thing, and we'll probably still use the same character controller and everything. We'll just bring it up. So let's go back in here. So that's pretty big now. I think we got to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's still the Gonzalo game. We've added a fucking drone. I didn't know we had shadows. That's interesting. Let's go back to the enemy. So I can go here, and I do have... I only have one surface. Oh, that's because, whatever, let me just grab... Cool, that's the majority of it. Awesome, that's what I wanted. Surface, and we'll just go new standard. So we made that texture. We made that texture. It's this metallic drone.png. Cool. So that actually is kind of looking somewhat Metal Gear-ish. I might put it into GIMP, and then we'll make a normal map or some shit. Let's go to triplanar. Turn that on, and I think the scale needs to be smaller. So that's kind of what I was going for, is just like a random pattern. We're gonna probably put an offset on there, like that. But whatever, you know, that's paneling. Cool, let's just save that. We're gonna go to shading. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it, and it's just like, am I really not going to be authentically me because I want to get employment when I'm already employed, and I'm like worried about, you know, what other people are going to fucking think. You know, it's like I can always get a job operating a machine, which makes about what I'm making right now, which is like a decent living. So it's like, you know, if you call the steel mill and you're like, hey, operator 445 is making an offensive video game on the internet, they're not going to be like, oh, we really care. They're just going to be like, who gives a fuck? Like, that guy shows up on time and isn't on drugs, so. He's not on bad drugs. He's on the good drugs. Let me grab some more coffee. Okay, so we have the drone. Let's just fucking play the game. Let's see. And, you know, if worst ever comes to worst, I have, like, probably members of my family that have, like, some money, and I'll just be like, can you just help me out, buy some land, and I'll just homestead over there? And, like, they would be, like, 100% on board with that. Because they're, like, crazy, insane redneck people, which is good. Yeah, they would definitely be down to start a commune or some shit. A nice one. No bad stuff. So that's not bad. We need to make that face us. Should we like tilt it a little bit to be like kind of more menacing? I think so. I think we're basically gonna have them up in the sky, and Gonzalo is gonna be shooting at them. We're gonna have them move like, you know. Let's get ChatGPT 5 to do it for us. Let's see what he says. I'm gonna give it my script, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, fix this up. Do it faster, better, harder, stronger." Control A, Control C. We're gonna grab all that shit, and let's go to ChatGPT. Here be my enemy script. I be trying to what am I even fucking trying to do? Make a flying enemy using the same script. However, I want using the same state machine. However, I need it to run a function called shoot when in range of the player after it moves to a good shooting location. Let's see what you come up with. I was thinking about buying a big piece of land. You just get a bunch of friends out there to hang out and build shit. That would be fucking base, dude. Let's see what you're doing here. We have the shoot. Where are you moving to? You just pick a random part. Orbit. Orbit angle for some lateral motion. There we go. Alright, I actually kind of like that. If we're too close or too far, also re-anchor direction straight away. Minimum shoot range. Alright, I'm just thinking. Hold-ish. Small hover. Damn. This is actually really good. Let's just copy and paste this and see how this fucking works. As a child, add a timer, add a marker. If your level is cluttered and you want true 3D pathing for flyers. So this is not using a navigation mesh, is it? Let's make your enemy fly, pick a good firing perch and start blasting when arranged. Below is a drop-in tweak of your state machine that keeps a preferred distance and height from the player. Repositions it until it has a line of sight, handles flying movement, no floor gravity, smooth steering and optional orbiting strafe. Has simple cooldown for shots. Steer in 3D, okay. So you're not using the nav agent? Right, okay, cool. So that's actually pretty interesting. If line of sight is blocked, sample the alternative positions around the player. Oh. Cool. So I am actually going to... We're going to grab this shit and we're going to make a new enemy. We're going to see how well this shit works. This is pretty good. Character body. Character body 3D. We're going to make a... we're actually going to rename this. Drone strike incoming. Drone strike. Cool. Drone strike, yeah. Where am I fucking gonna save this? We'll save in enemies. It shouldn't be drone strike, it should just be drone. I'm a fucking idiot right now. I'm playing too much Call of Duty back when I was a kid. Now I'm autistic. Now I'm retarded. Oh, damn it. You played too many video games and now you're retarded. Oh no. Your mom was right. Cool. What do we need? Fucking collision shape, of course. Collision shape 3D. Then we gotta add the fucking the drone up in there. I also gotta make that animation for the drone. Thoughts on veal and other game meat? I really don't like the meat that comes from animals that are like wild. It's not very tasty at all. I think it's pretty gross. I would eat it if I was trying to survive, if I was low on money, but it's not my preferred food. I would prefer to like go to a butcher and buy like a whole cow and then have it like, you know, processed and freeze parts of it. That's like the most efficient way to get it, I guess, if you're like cost cutting and you need like buy all your beef at one time and then freeze it or some shit. I could be completely wrong on that. I'm not a beef expert. Damn, we need to add that fucking... Alright, let me go to my enemy. I gotta grab this material and save it. Alright. Make unique and save as, and we'll go to... Don't we have a textures, scenes? Well, we have a new one. This is paneling. Paneling. Veal is the best meat there is. Isn't veal tortured baby cows? I saw the South Park. You guys are evil. You can't eat that. That's brutal shit. Damn, what am I trying to do here? That's right, we're gonna make that material as well. That's like when Barack Obama went and ordered the foie gras. It's where they like torture the shit out of a goose and then they feed it to you. And it's like, damn, that's just maybe some chicken nuggets for me, thank you. Cancel South Park, yeah. Dude, who the fuck even still watches South Park? I hate it when I go to my fucking family's reunions and shit, and they're like, did you see the latest South Park? And I'm like, dude, I'm not in like middle school. Like, I wouldn't fucking watch that garbage. Like, I don't know, man. And they're like enthusiastic about it because they're not like big fans of Trump. A lot of them are kind of lefty, and you're just like, oh, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you espouse how cool it is that South Park is dissing on Trump, dude. Not that I'm like a huge fan of Trump, or like, you know, I do like Trump. I think he's doing good things. The Epstein stuff was pretty hard to swallow, but you know, what the fuck are you gonna do? You sit there and you take it because you're a good conservative. Yeah, I mean, you don't have a lot of options. Roughness all the way up. We want it kind of very shiny. Very shiny there. I think I'm going to make this kind of shiny too. How do we do that? Roughness. So like that, and let's go ahead and make that fucking normal texture. Let's go to Kip. I was gonna use this as a picture. I thought it was pretty funny, but we're gonna use that for the next stream. So we need to make a new. Oh, we need to open that file. Open. Documents. Textures. I think it's this one. Yeah. So then we're going to make a normal map, right? So filters, I think it's generic, and then we can export. Yeah. Metallic, normals. Yeah, I did see there were some funny memes on Epstein that I laughed about that I probably I felt bad about. There was one of just like random people showing up to his cell. It was like a bunch of like, you know, celebrities just like showing up to his cell and waving at the camera. And I was like, that's so fucking brutal. Load textures. So let's see, is that helping us out? Oh yeah, we got to. Yeah, I mean, I voted for him too. But the other option was that we were absolutely destroyed by Kamala Harris and we end up like Britain is right now, or Europe is. So like there really was no other option. It's just kind of how it was. Oh, nice. So we still have this on. Why is the shadow off? Oh, it's probably UV2. That's probably why. So we go triplanar, and then we adjust everything to where this is, right? 0.27, 0.035, and then yeah. Well, what was it? So Julian Assange, there's that thing that he said where he's like, if they did get everyone on the list, it would literally be everyone in Washington. And so it's like, you know, yeah. What are you gonna do, man? I mean, you think if you were a person and you're like, oh, I'm gonna run for office and I'm gonna, you know, try and change stuff, but you know, you'd be coming up like head to head with a bunch of like crazy, like almost cultist people who have been there for years. And it's like, you know, if you worked in a, you know, if you've worked in a job, it's like you can't really change the culture of a like a place you work. It just doesn't work that way. Damn, is this really only one thing? I wanted to have it be like red on the camera lens and then a different color up there, but whatever. We'll just make it like a. We're gonna save this reflective material. Yeah, I would believe that most of them have like psychopathic traits. Well, I mean, if you look like in India, I mean, not in India, but if you look in Canada, like most of them are Indian, and it's like very clear that they're just stealing all the wealth from that country. And it's like, if you look here, I'm sure there's a ton of people that are doing that too. Where like, you know, I just want to live my life. I want to have a good life, and I want to like produce machinery and equipment and like CNC stuff. But then you can't account for these people who want to come over here and steal all of our shit. And it's like our politicians, they're like, oh well, as long as you line my pocket, I'll line yours. It's absolutely fucked. And it's like we have no defense, like literally fucking none, except for like. You know, like just being a redneck and being like, you come to my house, I got my guns, I'll blast you off my fucking porch. You know, it's like, what else are you gonna do? At this point, that's the only like thing the government's afraid of. But it's like, you know, I'm not, you know, obviously advocating for anything. Yeah, I mean, like, I really, like, I do like Trump, honestly. I don't, you know, as far as, like, the, like, Epstein shit, and it's like, as long as you give me a good economy, I really just don't give a fuck right now. Because I need to, you know, make enough money so that I can sustain myself and, like, help my family. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like they know the impact that it's going to have on all of us. They 1000% know, and they pretend like, I mean, all the studies at this point are basically on our side. Where it's like, yeah, the immigration, like, we've been completely fucked. It's fucked our wages. Our wages are fucked. They're not going up. They're stagnating. We don't have enough houses to house people, but we're bringing in more people. And it's like, just think in your head logically, because they'll, like, leftists will be like, oh, well, more people, that means, like, more money. And it's like, dude, so if I start a company, I can just hire people endlessly, and soon I'll have the whole world employed, and I'll just be making trillions of dollars? Is that how it fucking works? No. No, it's not how it fucking works. And if you ever, like, ran anything, you would understand that. It's frustrating. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm avoiding family outings because I don't want to freak out and spurg out like a political fucking loser. I don't want to be like Destiny. But they always want to say like super liberal stuff or go to like super ethnic like Mexican restaurant and make a bunch of like, oh, the food is so amazing. It's Mexican. Ah. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, Chick-fil-A is better. Like, this place sucks. Chick-fil-A supremacy. Every day, Chick-fil-A. Alright, let's save that material. Now we just have to apply that material. Oh, we gotta fucking save this scene as the drone. Let's save it with the enemies. There we go. Well, I mean, it's like, it's not a complicated issue. It's like someone is coming here to take away from me, so I might as well stop that from happening. Otherwise, they're gonna fuck me in my ass. It's not like it's super complex. Oh, you gotta Lex Luthor it out. It's like, oh man, is this going to negatively affect me and help all the people who want to harm me? It is? Well, then we can't fucking do it. You know, it's like if someone was coming here and they're like, I'm gonna take half your money every week. And they're like, what are you gonna provide? Nothing. You'd be like, fuck that, dude. There's no reason. But, what am I trying to do? I gotta get the... I think we saved it in the scenes. There we go. Paneling. And then we gotta go and fucking... I can just do this here. I don't feel like getting the other metallic texture. Doing it twice. You fuck. I changed this around so you guys could actually see it, and now it's like throwing me all off on how I do stuff. But when it's over here, no one can see it. Where is the material? Oh, there we go. That's right. It looks so different on this side that it ruins my brain. So we just want to make it a little bit darker, and then make it vertex color, metallic. Yeah, and then the roughness. Bring it all the way down. Yeah. Yeah, it does positively affect all the money greedy companies. And it's brutal because, like, I worked for a company that, like, you know, basically said this to us. They were basically like, because of, like, immigration, and we're, like, continuing to support immigration in the world, and, you know, it's just so great because that allows us to have, like, just a cheaper source of labor. And it's like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like, you know, you're literally telling me that you are lobbying for shit that is like going to demote my status and like make it harder for me to live. And you're my employer. Like, you know, do you have to have that in a PowerPoint presentation presented to me at 6 a.m. in the fucking morning? Is that really what we have to do right now? I guess so. You know, not that I didn't like the jobs that I had in the past, and not that, you know, it's about a current employer or anything, but that is like some big companies do treat you like that. And like I have been places where they like 6 a.m. in the morning, they want to tell you about how successful the boss is, and it's like, dude, can I just do my fucking shift? I don't need to watch a PowerPoint on how you came to power in this company. I don't give a shit. Do I have any delay? I don't know. I think I have a good delay because I see the shit comes in. Yeah, Europe I feel like is completely doomed, just because I feel like people are afraid to speak up. People are like terrified to say anything, and it's like I feel like that's why I'm kind of being more vocal about it in my life, where it's like we can't guys, we can't afford to pay for the world anymore. It's like this has real world consequences for us. So like the other day, like I was in the fucking Wawa, and this fucking Mexican dude was in there with his dog who didn't have a leash on, and the lady was asking him to leave, and like he was just like, no, I no leave, like you have to serve me, you have to serve me. And then she was like, you don't have a fucking collar on the dog, you don't have a leash on the dog. And he's like, oh, I got collar right here, I use my hand. And he's just like holding the dog. And then he turns to me and he's like, she has to serve me, like she has to buy me, she has to give me these cigarettes. And I was like, no, she doesn't, get the fuck out of the store. And he looked at me and he's like, you watch your mouth, do you know who I am? And I was like, no, dude, get the fuck out of the store. And he like was like, oh, like I'm, you know, trying to, oh, I'm a criminal, yo, I'm badass, they say. And then it's like, I kept staring him down, and I was like, you know what, I got shit on me, you wanna fucking go, let's fucking go. And like, he was then like, oh, what's your like badge number? I guess because I had a bald head, I had like a fucking, like a big ass coat on, and it was like, I'm not a cop, like. So like he switched up immediately as soon as someone challenged him to like, oh, now I'm gonna use your legal system against you, you're a racist. And it's like, you come in here, you fucking harass people, act like an asshole, act like the third world, fuck shit up, and when you're asked to leave, you don't fucking leave, you know? Eventually he did, but you know, it's like shit like that, and you don't want to have to deal with that every fucking day. I don't know. That was like, you know, in the winter. And he was like, oh, I'm going to get your license plate. And I was like, do it. So I went outside and I stood around my car. I had like a fucking hammer. And I was like, yeah, I don't fucking see him. It's like, you know, you got to stand up for something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing that pissed me off the most. It's like, he's going to try and threaten me. And then as soon as like someone stands up to him, it's like, oh, actually, is there a cop nearby? Because this man's a racist, and I'm just like some poor brown guy. Oh, Dios mío, just some poor brown guy. And it's like, yo, fuck you, man. Lowest of the fucking low. Yeah, but, you know. Although I do have a extremely based Puerto Rican friend who actually did get threatened by like cartel members at one point, which was his girlfriend was Mexican, and the cartel like called his fucking girlfriend, and they were like basically telling her that they owed her money because they knew where her family was in like in Mexico. It was like really sketchy. They actually had to go to the police. Like it was really bad. But it's like, you know, you see those stories and you're like, do you want that here? Like, you want that in your fucking home? Like, no, you don't. You know? But yeah. Let's get back to building my Kiwi Farms Bing Bing Woohoo's video game. And I'll get off my political shits. Didn't we already create the thing? I don't think we did. All right, let's get rid of all this and plug in the ChatGPT script. Cool, invalid argument for create. Intersect ray. ChatGPT, what the fuck have you done? Oh my god. Dude, what is this? Hold on. Dude, what is this? Space is a reference. Okay, that's right. Yeah, it like references the fucking the world. That's right. There's a get world 3D, and there's a perch. Target center and self. What the fuck is perch? Oh, I guess that's where it's placed from. Target center. Alright, I guess we'll just check the function in Godot. I guess I'll actually do some real development and look at what it's supposed to be. Is it up here? Oh, right here. ChatGPT will mess your stuff up. I was asking for help on a door script and it had me edit my scene in a text editor, bricked my scene. Oh, yeah, that's probably a bad idea to have it edit the actual scene. I was trying to do that. I asked it one time, can you build me a full Zelda-like with just the, since you know how to do it, I was like, can you build me a full Zelda-like with the TSCN files? And it said, sure, I can do that. And then it never ran. Not a single one of those TSCN files ran. So I think what I would have to do is get like a separate model. And then if we trained it with a bunch of TSCN models, like if we made a bunch of enemies, I think you'd have to do a group collaborative effort or like scan GitHub repos. But you could like, you know, put all those Godot TSCN files in there, have it read it all, train on them shits, and then you could have it recreate like a full Zelda-like. I think that would be cool. You could put some advanced like 3D modeling in there, AI 3D modeling. You just feed it a prompt. That would be pretty base, dude. I want to make something like that, like RPG Maker, but you know, more advanced. Position. So we don't need a 100%. Yeah. So what's this third thing? I don't think we need that. Let's try that. It's programmed to favor your input and be a yes man. That's true. Yeah, it always favors whatever you say. Silver. Oh, we need to actually add this shit in. We need to add. So what did I need to add into the scene? Let me ask ChatGPT one more time. What did we need to add to the scene? It works now with ChatGPT 5. Well, you know what? I should just ask it to make the whole game for me then. I guess I shouldn't even try. Dude, you know, I was like, I'm looking for some developer jobs right now, and you just feel so fucking like retarded compared to ChatGPT. And you're like, if I can't even code as good as this thing, like what are they gonna hire me to do? And it's like, if I showed them my process of working, which I'm basically doing right now, where I have a problem, I go to ChatGPT. If ChatGPT can't figure it out, I fucking go to Google. Like, I feel like that's pretty standard nowadays, and they would still criticize me for it. And they would be like, oh, I'm going to ChatGPT, are we? And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And they have it open on the other monitor, and they're like, bah, 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 bah. I'm using Grok, actually. I have the anime girl dancing over here. Yeah, you fucking plebe. I got the anime version. All right. I'm going to have to bring this right here. So let's build this structure they got here. I have my detection area. That's what I wanted to do. All right. I just wanted to make sure it was built like I thought it was going to be built. So I think we're doing an area 3D, and then we're going to do a collision shape on this. And we'll do 3D here. We'll do shape, new box shape. And then we're going to make it, this will be the area we detect. So, oh, I guess the raycast is for when we, shit, the raycast is like for when we're strafing around them so we can keep like an area that we see them in, right? Or some shits. I don't know, it's not super important right now. So we are facing this way. I'm going to save that. I think I need to spin it to go on the Z axis, so be more like that. Not the torus. Not the torus. 90. I think I need to go the other direction. Negative 90. There we go, and then we're going to need a raycast 3D. Raycast 3D. I thought we were adding a fucking raycast in the code. Why do we need one here, though? Marker 3D. Marker 3D. We need a shoot timer. I was going to code all that myself, but I guess it took the liberty of doing it for me. And we need a state label as well. State. We need just fucking a label. Label 3D. There we go. Yeah, and then when I can't figure it out over there, I ask my Steam chat for help. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm dude, when I first started applying to developer jobs, I couldn't even touch type. So, like, the amount of stuff that I have that I can do now is much better. So let's see, what do I need to do here? I need to reread this shit. Muzzle, that's the marker 3D, shoot timer, state label. What are we doing this raycast? Exclude parent, all right. So we go to the fucking raycast. Exclude parent, obviously enabled equals true. Collision, tick the layers, should block, okay. We're just trying to get the include the player layer if you want to the ray to hit the player. No need to set target position in the inspector. The code updates each frame. Okay, shoot timer. Put your player in the group. All right, we just need to connect this shit, of course. Area entered, body, and we'll connect right there. Body exited. What do we need the body exited for? I never use the body exited. Okay. Let's try it. I like how I just filled that in too. That's going to be perfect. This actually is really fucking helpful. This saves me a lot of typing. Because all I'm going to do is instantiate it, and I'm going to instantiate the missile. So it's like I'm going to do that anyway. ChatGPT, you know, you're pretty fucking cool. You know, you're just thinking in your head, if you could pay this thing $30 an hour, or you could pay me $30 an hour, which one are you choosing? And it's like, you fucking know. not to be mean to this robot. I'm so much better than him, obviously. You know, who are you going to yell at to take the trash out? This guy. Who are you going to blame when production goes wrong? The robot? I don't think so. Can you use the good game button in the new Godot version? I don't know. Cheap viewers have arrived. Oh, okay. How's it going? Yeah, so I guess this is working. Let's give it a shot. Initial building. We need to put one of the drones up in this motherfucker. We already have one, but that's not the one we want, so we put this one. And the drone is way too teeny tiny. That's not good. We gotta make it bigger. Inspector, scale, let's go with 5. And we'll try that. Yeah, humans on Mars. Yeah. Mars is pretty cool. Oh, what is the problem? Null instance, we don't have a shoot timer. I can't believe ChatGPT would not tell me to, where are you declaring this, you fuck? Alright, Control F. There it is, right there. Shoot timer. I use the $$ for everything. That's how you know I'm a legit programmer. Unlike ChatGPT, that's making these, what is this? A dick and balls? Gay. Get it out of here. You don't need that shit. Just put an equal sign. Much better. Initial building. You fucking worthless piece of shit. What are we doing here? We got to make a state label. That's right, I didn't name it right. Label 3D state label, just like that. And we actually have to move that somewhere where it matters. And we're probably gonna have to go to the properties, flags, enabled, text, put some text in there, gotta make it big. There we go. All right, let's try that. It should be working now. AI will stay virtual for a long time. I don't know, if I hook up my AI gun turret, it'd be pretty badass. It can go wherever it wants. All right, what's the problem? Hey, lost ray. We didn't name the ray correctly. IDK, why the get node is a function, but the $ isn't. Yeah, that's true. We'll just call it the ray. Raycast 3D. We need the marker 3D up on this guy. Marker 3D, and then we'll run it. And then we should be halfway there, living on a prayer. Whoa. Oh, he's coming. He's after us. We might need to expand out the detection radius a little bit. He's shooting us though, and he's facing the wrong direction. His missiles are going in the wrong direction. So let's do it this way. Drone 3D. We're gonna take this guy, move him up. It's gonna be like leaning Rin like right over fucking top of you. We might have to adjust how it actually looks at you for sure. I do want this to hover a little bit kind of like that, but I don't want it to be like crazy. We might just offset it in the beginning or have it like teeter back and forth or something with an animation. But we do need it up a little bit, and we need this collision shape. What's the problem with this? A shape must be provided for the collision shape 3D to function. Did I not provide one? Oh. We'll add a new capsule shape. Why not? It's not going to matter. I don't want to go in, I want to go out. There we go. Good enough for now. And I don't think we're applying gravity or anything to this, so it doesn't really matter that much. But then we can go to... yeah, we need to make this bigger because this is the area that he can actually see us in, so we should make this like that. Make it hard to escape. Cool. Very nice. Let's try that. Cool, so it's very rudimentary. But then he gets close enough and he starts shooting. It's pretty interesting. So we're still in the chase state. We need to make him move faster. We got to add a reticle on here and then make the... let me ask it this. I do need to ask ChatGPT this. I have a 3D model with a human, skeleton, structure, GLB in Godot. How can I have it play my animation but have the upper half face where my gun is facing? Thinking longer for a better answer. Exploring aiming methods for Godot. Filtering and aiming techniques in Godot. Using skeleton modification stack 3D for aiming. Computing aim target. Use a look at bone modification for the spine neck. Super stable, blends over any location animation. Nice. This is pretty much what I'm probably going to do. Tiny no mod stack. If you don't want the modification stack, you can directly override a spine mode with the aim target. Nice. Gun attached to bone via bone attachment 3D. Aim target updated each frame via camera gun ray. Skeleton modification 3D look at spine 2D. Animation tree with upper body. Tell me your skeleton's exact name and I'll give you a pre-filled mod stack so you can paste that right in there. No, I'm a big boy. No, I'm a big boy. I'm gonna do it for myself. I'm gonna do it for myself. Okay? When am I gonna model the Ukrainian soldiers? I'm probably not. I'm probably going to use, hold on, let me go to, if I go to Mixamo, there's a, let me see if I can just find the Mixamo soldier. There's a bunch of guys like this in Mixamo. Hold on, let me do this. Here we go. Mixamo soldier. There's a bunch of guys like this in Mixamo, which are like halfway rigged. So I'm just gonna have a bunch of these guys standing around. I'm probably not gonna have Gonzalo shooting at any people. It's probably just gonna be shooting at drones and stuff. We'll keep this. I don't know. It is a fucking current conflict. I feel like it's pretty fucked up to make a game out of it. Even though Kojima made a game of. Alright, so there's one mission where you have to kill 2 U.S. Marines in the bonus missions from Kojima's game, Metal Gear Solid 5. In the prelude to that game, there was a teaser disc they set out, and one of the missions in there was assassinating 2 U.S. Marines, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't think that should be in this game. Kojima, get the fuck out of here. And they were like, oh, they contracted for Soviets or something. But I'm like, it's on a military installation. It's on a U.S. military base. I'm not doing this mission, okay? We support the U.S. here. Okay, Kojima, maybe you go back to Japan. Alright, so that's good. How much of this shit do I want to do tonight? I think I'm actually probably going to call it for tonight. I might be back on, but I gotta take a break just because I'm super hungry and I gotta do some shit. Plus, I'll be on tomorrow, so I'll probably do a long stream tomorrow or 2 or 3 streams. I want to get a lot of this a lot of this game made. Well, you actually team up with the African child soldiers. It was too much to kill the African child soldiers, but you can assassinate them, I believe, if you want. I remember you find Jack hanging out or whatever. No, you find Zero, right? The timeline's all fucked up in my head. Which one? I want to play the Raiden game, Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. Actually, I haven't played that one. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Oh, I want to show off the motorcycle chase for anyone who hasn't seen it. This is the motorcycle chase that we have. We're going to be... Gonzalo shall be escaping while shooting at drones on the back of this motorcycle. It goes a little too fast if I go fast, but it should be... We'll make it smoother. We're going to make it update based off the... based off where the road is, so it'll like stick to the road, but you can still move left and right. And you don't really control where you're going, it's just on a path, but you'll be able to go around the track and control the speed. You'll have the throttle. There's going to be a lot of editing here. I might do that off stream. But yeah, you basically be going around like that. And then you'll be swerving left and right, shooting at drones. I'm going to make it be able to zoom in and out. We'll have lights all over this cave. It's going to look pretty sweet. It's going to look pretty fucking sweet. And then I got to make the intro. I had some plans on what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I'm going to use copyrighted songs because, you know, it's not like I'm ever going to be able to sell this anyway. So I got, I think Audio Slave. We're probably going to do Show Me How to Live for when he's, like, going in. Because, you know, you got this, like, this is a song. The music video is him going super fast. It's pretty badass. But, yeah, that'll look really good on the intro. This music video is actually stupid as shit. I was watching it. It's just them going super fast, and then eventually the cops are like, you can't go fast. And they're like, nuh-uh. And they just crash into him at the end. And it's like, oh, yeah. It's fucking stupid. It makes no fucking sense. It literally is that, like, joke of, like, I'm just so cool, I don't care if I die. Like, that's literally the context of this fucking music video. And then the next song, when you're killing the drones, is going to be Megadeth, Hook and Mouth. Megadeth, one of my favorite bands. Good shit. But yeah, and then this is King Dave. He's almost achieved his life. He's almost achieved his life mission of playing enough video games. So we gotta support him. I want to get on his stream to argue with him. I'm trying to find an angle. He does these, like, he does these things. He's the king holds court. And so I keep trying to get on, and he does this little thing where he shows you everyone that's coming on, and I see my face next, and then he boots me. And he doesn't even know who I am. It's because I'm a nobody. And I guess I don't have any place in the king's court. But I just want to tell him, I don't know, I thought about approaching it like, yo, Dave, me and all my cousins, my little cousins, we all sit around and watch you all fucking day. We're all drinking, sipping beers, trying to be real men just like you. We ain't got no fucking jobs. We live with our mom. What do you think about that, Dave? I think that would be good. Because he always posts shit like this, how to be a man. And then it's like, dude, you were playing Octopath Traveler. Games and Beer 506. There are 500 episodes of you playing games and beer. How many brain cells have you lost, Dave? Look at that fucking cranium, dude. Yeah. Alright, well. Anyway, peace out. I'm gonna call it for tonight. I'm fucking starving. But,